What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Wednesday team here today. Myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with JD from Line Movers. And below us, we have the fake Rutgers fan, Hefe Picks. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be on with you guys today. A lot is going on in the world of the NBA right now. As everybody knows, the trade deadline is tomorrow. We've already had a ton of action, including some trades today. The big one today has been Chris Middleton essentially traded for Kyle Kuzma. More to come on that when we break down a game for one of these teams. But gentlemen, happy Wednesday. JD, how are you today?
Happy Wednesday, man. I'm doing absolutely great. I actually went to the doctor yesterday, and most people don't actually know, but I've had some health problems going on, like actually with my actual heart and stuff like that. And got some great news, man, and everything's looking great.
God bless you, man.
We love to hear that.
So I'm like super pumped up. So yeah.
Hey, we are super pumped up to hear that as well. Health is the most important thing. I know the actions you are taking to achieve that. I'm very proud of you. Keep working on it, bro. It will pay dividends in the long run. Hefe, get that stupid Rutgers jacket off. You're not even a fan. How are you today?
Roo-rah, roo-rah, roo.
That's not it. God damn it. I hate him. He knows that. He knows how to get under my skin. Shout out Josh, so I don't have to look at Hefe or talk to him. Appreciate you, Josh, for tuning in, as you always do. Edgar is here, hyping up Line Movers, the GOAT JD. Everyone's excited to hear the good news for JD. Fellas, let's go over our recap of yesterday, and then we'll dive into a little NBA action and a little bit of maybe some trade news we may find out today. But like I said, we're going to start the show how we always do. We're going to recap how we did Tuesday. I gave out a completely free card. We went 2 and 3 on the day. I've learned one thing, gentlemen. I've learned one thing. I'm not fading the Blazers for a while. There's a couple things I've learned this week. Number one, never bet the Orlando Magic. Ever.
Not on the road. Not on the
Ever.
road.
Anywhere. Don't bet the Magic right now. If you bet them, Paolo Banchero turns into maybe Jericho Sims. The guy can't do absolutely anything. But JD, good call on that the other day. I had to come in here and say that. Good call on fading the Orlando Magic. I will not be taking them for the foreseeable future. JD, how'd you do yesterday?
You know, I will have to say the Magic in that game did show a little something though. Like they actually
showed me that they're losers. Losers.
But yeah, man, that game, with them, But as far as yesterday for me, man, I ended up a little bit down because of the Lakers and Clippers over. Man, I had that over. I actually got in early there. Got actually the best of everything, and that game was on pace literally the entire game, just until it wasn't at the very end.
Well, that's usually how it goes.
So yeah, that's how I ended up losing that one. And actually, that was what made me end up having a losing day. So.
That's all right. That happens. It's a new day today. We have tons of NBA action that we're going to be going into, so we'll get it back today. I also had a slightly losing day, so today's going to be a very positive day for the two gentlemen at the top of your screen. Hefe, how'd you do yesterday?
Man, 3-1 yesterday. Recently, my Monday through Thursdays are way better than my Friday through Sundays. And I don't know what's up with it. It's actually starting to get into my head a little bit, where it's like I'm feeling way more confident on Monday to Thursdays than I am on the weekend slate. But yesterday went 3-1. Our only loss was BYU. I thought it was a sharp line, taking BYU straight up, unranked at home. Arizona didn't think it was sharp. And the crazy thing is there was, not to get into it, but there was 2 really sharp lines in college basketball yesterday. UCLA at home, and BYU at home. 2 really sharp. Michigan State coming into UCLA, already losing a game that they absolutely should not have lost to USC. Coming in, you see on paper, they're the 9th ranked. You're like, they are plus what? And, I mean, that was the game before BYU Arizona. So when I saw UCLA take it outright at home, I was like, okay, Sharps are out. And then BYU broke my heart. I also hit on Texas Tech. And then at NBA, you already mentioned it. I was all over the Blazers. All over the Blazers yesterday. They are the best. The best. No rest back-to-back team in the NBA against spread. And they don't even need the damn spread. They killed the Pacers. Halliburton just ran track.
There we go. We just got a minor trade, by the way. A minor trade. Jaden Springer has been traded to the Rockets. We're going to, anytime we see anything, we will let you know.
Me?
JD, trivia question. What team is Jaden Springer on? This is for JD.
So I really don't know, man.
Well, now he's on the Rockets, and that's all you need to know. Any
Yeah.
trades that come up, guys, big or small, if it happens while we're on the air, we will break it down. This one seems to be a very minor deal. He was on the Celtics. He was a bench player. He did not get in very often.
I don't know why, but this reminds me of a tweet I saw like when the Luka trade went down, and it was like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The Jazz just got Jalen Hood-Schifino."
Yep. Saw that one too. That one's hilarious. That's exactly how this one is. The Rockets are going to go to the chip because they just got Springer. All right, boys. That's going to do it for the recap. But let's get in to a little NBA action and start our day. Gentlemen, first game we're going to be breaking down today is going to be a team that just made a trade. As we said earlier, Kyle Kuzma is heading to the Bucks. The Bucks will be a little shorthanded tonight because they will not have Kyle Kuzma in the lineup yet, and they did trade away Chris Middleton, so Middleton and Kuzma will not be playing in this game, taking on a Hornets team that they're the most unpredictable, hardest team to cap this year because games they should cover, they don't, and games they shouldn't cover, they do. But right now they are on a terrible losing streak. They have lost 5 games in a row, and they have not been playing good basketball. On the other side, speaking of a team that hasn't been playing good basketball, meet the Milwaukee Bucks, losers of 4 consecutive games, and the Bucks right now are sitting 13 games behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. Everyone this year has been talking about how the Indiana Pacers are having a down year, which, very understandable when you saw last night Tyrese Halliburton just ran laps on the court. He didn't even have a point. But the Pacers, who are having a down year, are still 2 games ahead of the Bucks. Currently, the Bucks are currently sitting in 3rd in the Central standings. Hefe, we're going to go over to you. Right now, it's a little difficult to make bets on these teams with the trade deadline looming.
Yeah.
Do you what is your style right now? Before I ask you to break down this game, do you like to wait until you get the full news? Maybe you make your bets after 6 p.m. Eastern so you know who's going to play?
It's not a do I like or what my preference is. I was going to mention this before anything. Today, and tomorrow the trade deadline will be middle of the day, I believe, 4 o'clock. So by the time
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. So by the time games tip tomorrow, you'll know. Today is the most volatile player prop, game time decision, all that stuff day of the year for the NBA. Any team that you think is either a buyer or seller on either side of that line, but close to it, you almost have no choice but to absolutely wait it out until the last possible minute. A game like this, where you have a team that already made what we believe will be their big trade. I don't think the Bucks are going to do anything else. They shipped out one of their only movable assets in Middleton, and they're getting back Kuzma. Kuzma's obviously not going to play in this game, and Middleton is on a flight to Washington. God bless his heart. It's tough. Middleton was a good piece for them coming off the bench. I watched a Bucks game in depth over the weekend where they had the game the entire game and lost it to the Grizzlies in the 4th quarter. They just look like it's either Dame and Giannis can't be on the court at the same time because they both want to do their own thing, and what they're both good at is counterproductive to what the other person's good at. I have no play on this game. I don't know how the Bucks locker room is right now because Middleton was a big part of the championship. He's been a big part of the locker room for a while. Seems like a great guy. He seems like a guy who's obviously towards the end of his career. And if you remember, during this offseason, he was contemplating retirement. And his kind of love for the Bucks organization and the contract that he signed, kind of like he wanted to come back. He never gave him crap about taking a down role from the starting lineup to the bench. I think this is going to be a tough trade for the Bucks to swallow in the short term, and being that they have this game right now where they don't have to get 2 up for an opponent, could be a good spot for the Hornets to catch them slipping. That's my lean. I don't have an official play. I lean Hornets plus with the points.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the exact same boat. I lean the Hornets with the points as well. You take a look here at the injury report as well, and the Hornets have nobody currently listed in the injury report, and the Bucks have a CVS receipt. Brook Lopez, game time decision. Bobby Portis, game time decision. Giannis Antetokounmpo, game time decision. Damian Lillard, game time decision. Liam Roberts out, and now no Middleton because he's obviously been traded, and no Kuzma yet because he's obviously not there. So a lot going on with this Bucks team currently. Hefe and JD, how many times this year have I said this on the show? The Bucks are done. The Bucks run is over, and I really do think they need to do a full reset. I think Giannis will eventually get moved. I think they need to acquire more draft picks. because they went all in the last couple of years. They've used all their trade chips. They've used all their assets. And this team is not a championship caliber team. Adding Kyle Kuzma to this team does not make them a championship caliber team. I hate to say that, but it
Can I actually ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think they're better now?
No.
Is Kyle Kuzma a better? I'm not asking he's a better player. He's younger. He's obviously better. But is he a better fit for the Milwaukee Bucks than Chris Middleton was? Because I don't think
so. No, man. He's a 33% career 3-point shooter. They're bringing him in to fill the Middleton role. And what's the Middleton role? He was a shooter whose numbers are a little bit down. They need to improve the scoring from a role player. And you're getting a guy who doesn't shoot particularly well from three. So I don't think it was a great move, to be completely honest. JD, what are your thoughts? Then we'll go over some comments here.
Yeah, the whole trade to me, like I was saying to you Al before the show, like I just don't understand it. I maybe need to look into it a little bit more.
Cheaper. That's all I could see.
I guess it's cheaper, but this team isn't better. When they acquired Damian Lillard, it was the biggest mistake this team has made in recent history. Damian Lillard and Giannis can't be on the same team. They just don't work. And to be honest, I don't know exactly if I believe in Damian Lillard anywhere anymore. He couldn't get it done in Portland, which basically was because of Portland. I will say that. They never gave him any teammates to really play with. But
I blame them both.
Yeah, it just hasn't worked, and I don't think it ever will work with the two of them, and that's why I think they really need to blow it up. JD, thoughts? What is your pick on this game as well?
Just actually like y'all have said, there's a lot of moving parts here. The Bucks, they've actually lost 4 straight games. They're laying 10 points here.
Yep.
The line tells you this is a Bucks actually bounce back spot. That's actually what this is clearly saying. I don't trust them currently. As far as getting stops, there's my problem with them laying actually this type of number here. The team total over for actually them, I was kind of looking that way. That still may be the way. But actually, then this trade happened, and when stuff's going around the day of, I just kind of like to step back and just not even do anything. So this for me would actually be a Bucks team total over or either pass, and for me, it is definitely a pass.
For me, guys, it's absolutely going to be a Hornets play. Taking a look at how the Hornets have done recently, their last loss was by 10 points, but outside of that, their most recent games have all been within single digits. On the other side, the Bucks have lost 4 consecutive games, all by double digits or more. So they're not even competing, including one of those games to Portland, including a game to the Spurs, Memphis, and OKC. So they're really not playing some good basketball right now. With the trade that happened today that's shaking up the locker room, there's no way I would have any action on the Bucks here. Give me the Hornets plus the 9.5. I will be on that play tonight. Let's go over some comments, guys. Jake is saying don't trade Embiid. Philly Jake is here doing his Philly Jake things. He's saying they're going to flip Middleton. Middleton has already been flipped, brother. Do you mean that he's going to be traded again? But he has been flipped for Kyle Kuzma to Washington this morning. Big shout out to Mrs. Honig, David's mom. Happy birthday to your mom, bro. We appreciate you tuning in, even out to lunch. David, I know you're from my neck of the woods. Shoot me a DM. Let me know where you guys are going out to eat today. Love to see that. Hefe, David is from our hometown. He DM'd me one day. He is from our legitimate hometown.
All right, David. God bless you. And Spring Street Deli for the victory.
Spring Street Deli's fire, but that's not where I would take my mother for her birthday. Let's be honest.
I wouldn't take my mother anywhere in our hometown for her birthday. How about that? That?
Yeah, I like that. I respect that. We're not going to talk about that, but you're so wrong. There are tons of good restaurants where we're from. Shut up. Good morning to Bill Norman. We appreciate you tuning in as always. Diamond Dog, why did they want Kuzma so damn bad? Your guess is as good as mine. I really can't say anything, Hefe. For how many years have I been screaming to that the Knicks need Kyle Kuzma? But at this point of his career, I wouldn't want him now. Maybe 3 years ago.
There's only one thing that could save Kyle Kuzma, and I don't even know because was he on that COVID championship Laker team? I'm gonna say yes.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm gonna say yes. But anyway.
Yes, he is.
Okay, great. So he has a ring. Okay, so I'm going to take then chasing the ring thing out of here. But he's been Washington for 3 years now, and it's been the worst. Maybe a change of scenery and being around, and I don't want to because he's a winner. He won a championship, and being around that championship, type of team like the Bucks with Giannis, who's one of the top 10 players in the league. Maybe that'll revitalize him. Kuzma's young, and he does have a good game. I just don't like it on the Bucks because they have two guys who absolutely need the ball in their hands in Dame Lillard and and Giannis. Unless Kuzma's just running with the backups, that's his role. He's sixth man of the year type of deal. I don't see this being good. Maybe that's what they're doing because that's what Middleton was.
Hefe, over to you. Have you seen any of the Joe Mazzulla press conferences?
Yeah. I know exactly what Josh is talking about. Their first game, the day after the Luka trade, he literally sat down before he even started asking questions. He said, "Don't ask me any questions about the trades. I don't care." He has this douchebag thing about him, but apparently, here's the problem: A, they're winning. B, he's won the championship, and C, the players kind of love him because of that attitude. He just doesn't care about anything other than X's and O's and wins.
Yeah, no, and they've been showing a lot of clips of him where he's pretty funny. He's got a very dry sense of humor. So if you have a dry sense of humor, you'll appreciate some of his takes. But yeah, he's all about winning. And I'm gonna be honest. If let's say they asked Tom Thibodeau, the head coach of the Knicks, everyone knows me and Hefe are Knicks fans.
They wouldn't.
I would
because he would tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, that's what I would say. We worry about our own teams here. I have no problem with Mazzulla saying, it's not about the Celtics. I don't care. So it's an all Western Conference thing. So I have no issues with that.
It's like, you got like the two types of coaches, like Steve Kerr, where you're like, wow, yeah, that was crazy. Versus like a Mazzulla was like, unless somebody on my roster got traded, it means nothing to me. And to be honest with you, to an Eastern Conference team, it absolutely means nothing.
Yeah, 100%. So I have no issues with that. Maybe there was another press conference I haven't seen, but that's how I feel. JD, any thoughts about Mazzulla?
That's the one who's talking about.
I'll say no. From everything I've seen, I understand it. I mean, like everything seems fine. Like I said, I actually may have missed something though, but
yeah, maybe we did as well. But from everything I've seen, I don't really have any issues with it. This one is funny. This is completely off topic. We'll probably talk about it on the NFL show on Friday. Also, shout out Joe. We do see you in the comments as well. But anyone see that Travis question where they were like, "What do you like? What do you love more, Taylor Swift or roughing the passer penalties?" Like, that dude's a freaking bum. Get to whoever asked him that the hell out of that.
Can I ask you guys a question? We're all similar of age, right? I remember when I was growing up, Super Bowl week was like a big effing deal.
I've been talking about this all week.
Hold on. And I'm not even, I know like you think I'm going to go to the topic of is it lost its luster, but I want to take it even a step further. I even remember Super Bowl Media Day being like something that like I used to like come home and want to put on the television after school. Like, because it's like the one time where like, no matter if you were the punter, the quarterback, doesn't matter. Everybody has a booth. Everybody gets asked questions. And some of the questions, like you just alluded to, are funny questions. Like one of the first times like through the year where you get to see a player, even though they're doing an interview, show their personality.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe it's because of social media now, like, I mean, Jesus, can I have a day where I don't see a Kelsey on my feed? You know what I mean? Maybe it's like we have too much overexposure, but it's like I could not care less about Super Bowl Media Day anymore. Why is it even a thing? These questions these people are asking are just so. What answer could have that reporter wanted? Did he want to laugh?
No, he was trying to make a name out of himself. You know what he was doing? Yeah. He knew what he was doing. He was trying to get it to everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's hilarious. We need to get him into more things. Yeah, and he made himself look like an asshole.
Idiot,
that's all he did.
Idiot, like an absolute idiot. It's just and now we can go to the bigger topic of I think for whatever reason, maybe it's fatigue. The Eagles third time in the Super Bowl last 8 years, Chiefs obviously going for the three-peat. Dude, can it just be Sunday at 6:30 already? Like I don't need any of this other crap.
Yeah, no, and it feels weird. I can't be the only one who feels like this. I've been talking about it on every show I've been on this week. It doesn't feel like Super Bowl week. It just doesn't. Like, I know the Super Bowl is Sunday, but does it feel like it's Sunday? Does it feel like we're about to be at the pinnacle of the NFL season? To me, it doesn't, and I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Can I be honest with you?
Feel like the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I've never had this feeling after championship weekend ever in my life.
Ever.
After championship weekend, I literally woke up the next day and I was like, damn, season's over. All right. When's the draft? It's like I actually forgot. Wait a second. Holy crap. The Eagles and Chiefs still have to play. And it's not because the Super Bowl is going to be a bad game. I actually think it might be a really great game. It just, for some reason, championship weekend was so like my energy was just so like, damn. Like I'm exhausted. Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, dude, we got another one of these. I don't know.
But
what it
usually,
is.
it doesn't even feel like that to me. Like normally it does feel like that. It's like we finished championship weekend. Let's go. I'm super pumped for the Super Bowl. We know the teams that are finally going to make it. Let's start looking at the 3,000 props. Let's find the best value, which we're still doing. But it's not exciting. I don't know why. And I can't put my finger to it. JD, thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, I like feel the same way. And actually, like you said, like it just seems weird. I don't really know.
I don't know why.
How else to really describe it. But even like, I mean, yes, as far as like all like socials go, you're still seeing stuff, but even that is like not really as Super Bowl heavy content as we're used to seeing. Like it seems like all of like social media is kind of like this past week or so kind of like died off too. Like it's just been a weird, just overall vibe.
It's a weird vibe. I think that's the best way to put it. It's a weird vibe.
Agree more, JD. Also, and I never felt like this before, but with what happened in the NBA, right? On Saturday, you might see a situation where you have AD's first home game with the Mavericks, and Mavericks' first home game since the trade, which I can't wait. You might have Luka's first game as a Laker, and you have Celtics Knicks, which is a prime time basketball game. It's almost like there's some nice job.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's almost like football for the first time, like Super Bowl weeks, they take like a back seat, and it's never, ever been like that.
What do you guys care about more right now? The NBA mid-season that we're not even near the playoffs or the Super Bowl? And I'll be completely honest, I care significantly more about the NBA right now. And I'm
going to tell you this, somebody posed a question to me. Let's live in a hypothetical world where the Laker game, which is on Saturday, was at the same exact time as the Super Bowl. Luka's first game as a Laker. I think for the first time in my life, I would have to be like, damn, I kind of want to see the first couple of minutes of Luka in a Laker jersey rather than the first couple of minutes of a Super Bowl. Not saying that I'm choosing one over the other, but you get what I'm kind of like
100%. 100%.
Like the games were just happened to tip off at the tip-off Laker game, 6:30, Super Bowl kickoff, 6:30. Like I might, for the first time in my life, be like, damn, I kind of want to see him in a Laker jersey, like for the first like minute or so. I just want to see it rather than once again, here we go, Pat Mahomes. I think I have fatigue and it's weird.
I weirdly agree with Joe here. I can't. Well, not that it's more valuable, but I kind of care more about the trade deadline right now. Maybe
Yeah,
because
but that's because it's tomorrow. I would love to know how I feel on Friday.
Well, the good news is we're all going to wake up on Friday, and maybe we will get a little bit more excited. True. JD, thoughts?
And yeah, something I have to say as far as all that goes is for actually like another show that we have to do, we were supposed to do basically a Super Bowl themed show. Well, then that trade happened and we decided to not talk about the Super Bowl and talk about that trade. And I, as everybody probably knows by now, I am not an NBA guy. The NBA to me is just not like it used to be. Like you know, like you said, like, you know, like when actually like we were growing up, this NBA is just not the same.
100% agree.
And I am just not as like into it as much as I actually used to be. But I still decided to talk about that NBA trade than the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I think that says a lot.
I agree.
Well,
I think most people are in the same boat.
Yeah.
I think we're all in the same boat there.
I totally agree with you. It's one of those deals where it's like this trade has shaken up everything we know about the sport to like to the point that it's like I'm still don't even believe it, even though I just saw Luka last night sitting on the Lakers bench. Like I still don't even believe it.
Yeah, it was weird. We're going to talk a lot about Luka, more to come at him in the next couple shows. But let's keep it rolling here, fellas. The next game we're going to be breaking down today is going to be the Cavs taking on the Pistons. The Pistons just made a trade. Let me pull up the comment here. Someone is asking us questions on it. Philly Jake, one question he's asking, are the Pistons going to make the playoffs? Hefe, we'll start with you.
Question. Are the play-ins the playoffs?
I was going to say that.
The play-ins are the playoffs. They're in it. I see, and that's why I don't understand him. So if you make this future bet, is that you saying that the Pistons are going to be 1 through 8, right?
Top 6. No, 1 through 8. They have to get in. You have to get in. You have to get out of the play-in round.
They're going to have a chance. They're going to be a playing team, and they're going to have to win a game versus I don't even know who the bottom 4 are right now. Is it Pistons, Bulls? They're going to have a really good Magic, maybe.
Yeah, I think
I'll tell
they
you
are.
I was
I'll
about
tell
to
you
say,
one team I don't
think they are. And I think Kate Cunningham, obviously, is an all-star. He's coming into his own. They are still
been
very
fantastic.
far away from contending for real. And if they're the 8 seed, they would be going against the Celtics. I think the Celtics sweep them. If they're the 7 seed, they're either going against the Knicks or the Cavaliers would be the 1 seed.
Yeah.
So this would be the matchup right here.
It could be. It could be.
I think the Pistons have a really good chance of making the playoffs. Cade is a great facilitator, and they have a lot of young talent around them. They got Osar Thompson, I think. They have the other Thompson twin who might not be as offensively talented as the one on the Rockets, but still really good player. And they have good young talent just all around Cade. I would love to see them get some more veterans. I know they have like a Tim Hardaway and et cetera, et cetera. Who did they just trade for? Was it KJ Martin?
That's the next thing I wanted to pull up. It is KJ Martin. We have another question here from Joseph asking if the KJ Martin to the Pistons is a big deal, little deal, or no deal. Little deal, in my opinion.
Very little deal. Yeah, I don't see this having a big impact on wins and losses. But back to this game. Cavs back-to-back. Tough loss yesterday. Got it. Tough loss yesterday at the Pistons. This is a really sketchy line because just looking at it from like a 30,000-foot view, you're like, the Cavs are not going to lose 2 games in a row, and there's no way that the second loss is going to come against the Pistons. Minus 5 points is not that much. It's one of those absolute stay-away games for me. I'm totally staying away, and I lean Pistons, and I don't like it.
We're about to ban someone from the show for the first time in history. Ever. Jake, you're on thin ice. Cade Cunningham is not better than Jalen Brunson. Take a seat, brother. Take a seat. Back to this game.
Just stop.
Go ahead, Hefe. Thoughts?
Do you have cable television, or do you watch like on some type of FUBU situation? I just don't really understand. Cade Cunningham has nothing on Jalen Brunson.
Nothing.
I mean nothing. I mean literally not even one thing. Not a better hairline. Not a better structure. Jalen Brunson's wife is hotter. His kids are better looking. He has a better podcast.
I agree. With most of that, not all.
I'm not even going to stop. Better taste in women, better taste in food. First of all, one guy lives in Detroit, one guy lives in New York City. Idiot. And let's go on the court. Jalen Brunson literally. That makes sense, Jake. That makes sense. You're obviously on a free monthly trial.
You seem like a YouTube TV guy, Jake.
Yeah, you do
seem like a YouTube.
You have fun with your 37-second delay. Okay, this guy's still watching the damn Pistons game from 2 days ago. Okay, freaking ridiculous statement. Okay, Brunson is an all-star starter. He is one of the best offensive ball handlers in the league. And the number one thing is he makes everybody on the court better. And he has the most 40-point games in the last season and a half. 17. More than anybody. More than even SGA. 18. No, 17.
No, Carmelo had 17. He just passed Melo, got to 18.
18. Even better. One up on him. Cade Cunningham has nothing.
Yeah, Jay, we were just kidding, brother. We were just kidding about the YouTube TV. It's fantastic.
Relax.
If you like what
J-Bo looks like a YouTube TV premium type of guy. Freaking Jake's on the free trial. It ends today at midnight. Good luck.
I feel that. Jake, that makes sense. You need to access games where you go. But fun fact, Verizon.
Where are you going? To your mom's house?
Jesus, Hefe.
Done.
Back to the game. It's a Pistons spot. The Pistons have been fantastic, guys. It's a scary play. There's no other way to put it besides it being a scary play, but the game is in Detroit, and the Pistons have been fantastic this year. They really have. They're a 25-25 ball club, 12-12 at home, and I think the Cavs are going to be a little bit tired from last night's performance. They are also a team that maybe will be making a trade or two, so they may have a couple guys who are not in the right headspace. I do think the Pistons is the right play, but yet again, guys, I'm not locking this until later today. We do have to see if there are some trades that do happen. Today's a day I would not recommend locking in any bets until at least 6 p.m. Eastern. You just don't know who's going to be there. There could be a late trade that takes 4 guys off your roster and moves the line 15 points. So I would just wait. But as of right now, if there are no trades and everything stays the way it is, I do like Detroit in the spot. JD.
Man, that just last 3 or 4 minutes we just had. That was really funny. I'm just still trying to get back here. This game here, this was the closest play that I had on actually this whole entire board. And the Cavs coming off that loss last night where they did not shoot well. And that's something from them you just don't see much. I'm expecting them tonight to have that bounce back game shooting. But I actually do expect the Pistons to be able to score with them. So as far as this full game over was where I was going, the line had bumped up to actually 238.5, which I believe that is actually what's on the screen.
Yep.
That number's coming back down now. I can actually get a 236.5 now. So I am going to officially jump on that. And that is going to be my best bet.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's cash it there and let's keep it rolling right along. And yes, JD is not as psychotic as me and Hefe Edgar. He is the calm one. We are the two neurotic ones. That's kind of the dynamic here. All right, boys, let's keep it moving. Somehow it's past 12:30 and we've broken down 2 games. And we still have 2 to go. So I do apologize. We've been all over the place.
That's
guys.
Jake's
That's why
fault.
you're here. That's why you guys are here. We don't do the normal, typical. We're going to give you guys 4 breakdowns. We're not going to talk about anything else. Put your comments here. We're here to give you guys the best show possible and talk about what you guys want to talk about. And that's what we take a lot of pride in. We're not your normal run-of-the-mill show. We like to do things a little differently around here. Let's keep it moving, boys. Next game we're breaking down. The Heat versus the 76ers. And I just tweeted this is my favorite play of the day because it is. The Heat are coming in 24-24 on the year. They're 11-14 on the road, taking on a Philly team that is 20-29 on the year and 10-15 at home. However, this Philly team has been significantly better over the last, I don't know, week or two. They covered 5 games in a row up until last night, which unfortunately they won the game but did not get the cover, which was a little frustrating. I can't lie there. But back to this game. The Heat are going to be without Josh Richardson, Isaiah Stevens, Jimmy Butler, and Drew Smith. On the other side for the 76ers, we have 3 game-time decisions. Newly acquired guard Quentin Grimes is a game-time decision. Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon. Guys that will not be playing. Joel Embiid. He does not play back-to-back. Probably never will again. And they have KJ Martin listed here. As we all know, he was just traded, so he will not be playing in this game. Hefe, we're going to go over to you. What do you like in this one? And I will be honest, like I said, my favorite play is in this game.
It is so, excuse me, as I'm getting a update about Suns and Heat and aggressive talks for Beal.
I just got the same update. Glad we have the same alerts on.
So, and that just goes to show you why it is impossible to back the Miami Heat or the Phoenix Suns tonight. These 2 teams are in absolute locker room disarray. For the Heat, at least they know that the person that's going to be shipped out is not there, but who knows if there's ancillary pieces.
I was going to say there's other people. It's not going to be a
for
Butler straight
Phoenix. Jesus Christ! I anybody whose name isn't Devin Booker seems to be on the table right now. And for all I know, Devin Booker's on the table too, because after Luka, nothing would shock me.
KD, I think, gets moved. Shocker. I know. The other day I made a big fuss and I called everyone idiot who thinks that JD was all over it. I think he gets moved at this point, but I digress.
We can get into that. They play tonight, I believe, the Suns. Yeah, Joe. In OKC, good luck. That if KD ends up either back on the Warriors,
It's plus 13 now, by the way.
Yeah. If KD ends up back on the Warriors, no comment. Just literally no comment for me.
Do you think they win if they do? Okay, this is what we do on the show, so I apologize, but we're gonna do what we do. I think that's an awful idea. They ain't winning crap
I think
with
it's horrendous.
that.
I think it's really bad. I think it's just really. What are they going to do next? Get Klay Thompson back from the Mavericks?
Oh, you must have missed my rant from the other day, brother, because that's exactly what I said. They were
But
trying
speaking of Klay Thompson and the Mavericks, where I do think KT would fit really well is on Dallas.
They don't have the pieces. I don't
just don't know if they can make it happen. But I did that if Nico Harrison would pivot and somehow get KD on the team while keeping Klay and obviously AD and Kyrie. Then maybe I'd give him a very, very minor one of these.
A little golf clap.
Slow clap. Little golf clap. Very minor. Still an idiot, but very minor. Anyway, back to this game. It's a 76ers play. It's D-Day for the Heat, right? Even I know Jimmy Butler's not in the locker room, but it's human nature to just be like this all day, especially if you're a Heat person, right? Just staring, just refreshing.
I'm doing that myself, and I'm not even a Heat person.
And then they got to go out and they got to play 76ers team, right, tonight, where at any point during that game, that trade might be announced. I think personally, mentally speaking, from a human nature aspect, the Heat players are taking tonight off. Give me the Sixers.
Sixers. Philly Jake, stand up. It's a Sixers play tonight, and I'm taking them on the money line. Yeah, no more comments about Jalen Brunson, or we will never talk about you again. But I do think Philly's absolutely the play here, and a lot of it is for what Hefe just said. The line is completely flipped. The 76ers are now a minus 120 on the money line. I am going to be locking that in. There's a lot going on in the Miami organization right now. There is a lot going on. Also, I think this Philly team right now plays better without Embiid than they are playing with Embiid. The offense is running a lot smoother with him not in the game. When Tyrese Maxey is just being Tyrese Maxey, he doesn't have to worry about getting Embiid his touches and can facilitate to the open shooters. This team has been thriving over the last week. They covered 5 games in a row. All 5 Embiid did not play. Embiid is playing tonight. So I do think they will get back on the right track. They did win last night, and I do think they will win yet again tonight. Give me Philly. It's my favorite play of the day on the money line. JD, tell me what you got.
For this game, I just got to do a quick shout out here. Shout out Jerry, because actually this is a new name. This is a new name that we've not seen before. And I got to say, Jerry is very clearly an actual 76ers fan.
Hey, JR. Let me tell you somebody. LOL. Good luck.
Anybody wants to DM Hefe on the side and tell him that any player is better than Jalen Brunson, and you want to really get him irate and have some fun? DM him, toy with him a little bit. You'll have a good time cheesing him that way.
It's all it is a tease. Everybody knows it's not true.
Anyway,
Jay, honestly, Jerry be tripping, man. Jerry be tripping. It's unbelievable. Such a Jerry.
Okay, Edgar, what is everyone doing today? Edgar. They're not even the same position.
Dude, relax. Edgar.
Jer Bear. Not up in here.
Listen here, cuz. Listen here, JR. Listen here, buddy. Tyrese Maxey will.
Guys, don't make Hefe do that. He's sick. He's going to break. Don't make him get to this form. Let JD give his bet for the love of God.
Wait. Edgar Tyler Hero.
Yeah,
the only thing that Tyler Hero, I have one point to make. The only thing that Tyler Hero has above Jalen Brunson is baby mamas. If you don't know, go to Instagram and find out.
You just said Jalen Brunson has the best taste in women in the last.
No, Embiid Cunningham. Tyler Hero has Embiid. Even I have to admit that. Go on Instagram, you'll find out for yourself. I can't even lie.
Edgar, I'm not even putting that up there. JD, please break it down.
Yeah, as far as most people know, if you've been watching this show, these are 2 teams that I currently do not bet on. So they happen to be playing against each other today. I do have to say, what actually both of these other guys have said makes a ton of sense. This would definitely be a 76ers or pass.
Yeah. And I think it's a def take 76ers. I'll let it out now. Probably around 6 o'clock. If you go to the Alpha Dog Bets Twitter account, you will see a 2-unit play on the 76ers money line. Can let it out now. That's probably going to be my free play of the day. All right, fellas. There's one more game we have to talk about, and I don't want to.
Wait, can I ask you guys a question before we move on? You guys think the Sixers make a trade?
They did. They just moved KJ Martin.
No, stop. You think they do anything?
For what? They don't have any pieces.
What are they?
Here's what they need to do. Okay? They need to realize that they're trash. They need to realize that their season is over. And they need to take Yabusele and trade him to the New York Knicks for Jericho Sims. That is what they should do.
Game changer.
Yes. That is honestly what I think they should do.
That's going to get them right up in the standings.
Yep, exactly. That'll help them win a championship. Please give us Yabusele. All right, boys. We're going to be breaking down my most hated team in the NBA this year. The Orlando Magic, who are 24-27 on the year. That's not too bad. They're 9-18 on the road. They have Paolo back in the lineup. They have Franny in the lineup. And you know what they keep doing? Losing, and losing terribly. They're going up against a Kings team that is 25-24. They are 13-12, and the Kings themselves just made a massive trade, dealing out their star young point guard in De'Aaron Fox, and getting back in return Zach LaVine. Will we be seeing Zach LaVine tonight in his debut? We don't know. He is a true game time decision. Hefe, we're going over to you. What do you got?
I think you see Zach tonight. I don't know if he's going to get a minute restriction or anything like that. But I do think you see LaVine tonight. And I got to tell you, I think it's.
We're getting Yabusele.
Buddy, I almost just went really badly off script. I'm gonna go.
Let me also put out there that we don't have a script. So
I was about to say this whole show has been off script. So.
I'll tell you a couple things here, and actually put up Joe's comment. Right, I bet he just
this
put.
one. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, that one. Because I was just gonna get to this. Whenever you play in a new team, right, that just made a big trade, you got to worry about a couple things. A, how is Levine gonna? I saw that. How is Levine gonna? How is Levine gonna mesh with the new players? Monk is now going to be the facilitator for the team. He's taking over point guard duties.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Monk be a ball handler in a really long time. To be honest with you, he's been relying on De'Aaron Fox since his Kentucky days. They played in Kentucky together. All right. Wow. So here we go. Honestly, I'm going to take the Kings here. I like them. And I think that's going to be hard for the Magic to figure out how to defend this team.
Yeah, I would agree there. I'm not touching anything in this game. I hate the Magic. There hasn't been a team I've disliked in a very long time like the Magic because they're good enough to win. They have the pieces to win. And you know what they don't do? They don't win. And you know what else they don't do? They don't cover. So I'm done with this team. I'm not comfortable taking the Kings until I see it. Having Malik Monk, I pulled up the depth chart here. So this is their point guard depth chart. Malik Monk, who has not been a point guard. Devin Carter, who I will tell you that 99% of the people here have never heard of him. And Keon Ellis, who is another guy who 99% of people have not heard of. So people who are going to be handling the ball and bringing it up, I could see Zach LaVine being a big ball handler on this team. Malik Monk, obviously. I could even see DeMar DeRozan bringing the ball up. But I do think it's going to take a lot of time to get adjusted. You are losing your all-star, one of the better point guards in the NBA, and you're replacing him with guys that are not true legitimate point guards. So I do think it could take a little bit of time, and we will find out how it goes. But for me, there is going to be no play on this game. JD, what you got?
This comment, maybe.
I know. I see.
Like this comment. Really quick. Yes, Edgar, because these games today have sucked, and I don't have any play. That's just as simple as I can put it. These games suck.
Edgar wouldn't let you get to the best bets. He just wouldn't let you get to it.
No. Josh, man,
this is so true.
I'm actually with you here because I've been against the Magic every single game. I can't even keep going right now.
Jerry, get the hell out, bro.
Right.
Wait, I gotta say something. Jerry, I appreciate being a hater. I really do. I love it. Keep going. You're climbing the ranks of one of my favorites right now.
As far as the Magic goes, guys, I've been fading them. I've been saying they actually have like all of their pieces back, but they have to prove it to me first. And they just haven't done that yet. With that being said, the Kings tonight, we all actually know the trade. They just have so much new pieces there, and I just don't know how they're going to gel and actually do in their very first game.
Yeah.
So that being said, this is probably that actually Magic spot. But like I said, until I see it, they have to show it to me first. I cannot back.
That's how I feel. So I feel. And Joe, this is a good point. I have to give Joe credit. Joe was one of our viewers who was here every day in the comments giving us his takes. If you guys are here every day, you know who Joe is. If you show up once a week, you know who Joe is. Joe is a very key member of the audience here. And Joe, you've been putting in the comments for weeks, maybe a month now, that Monk's assists have been a cash cow. So you've been all over that. So I will give you credit. You have been all over those Monk assists. All right, fellas. What else do we want to talk about today? Because that's going to do it for the games. But Hefe, do you have anything to say to your good friend Jerry before we get into a couple other things we have to do here?
Nah, man. Jerry's standing on business. Jerry Brunson thinks Rapino. Yeah, I remembered your last name, buddy.
Did you say Rapino?
That's his last name?
That's the last name.
Is it actually Rapino? Oh, it is. I was thinking you were doing a Megan Rapino thing. Okay, I apologize. Continue.
For all we know, that could be his sister or his mother. I don't know. Kid could be 14 years old in a basement for all I know. That's what he's acting like.
I mean, if
It's probably not his mother,
But anyway, I'm gonna say, man, pudding, men lie. You know what? Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Keep going, please.
No, we want to see you keep going here and struggling here, Hefe. How much more do you have to say?
Well, considering
boys.
that.
Cutting you off. We have one thing we have to do on the show right now. Before we get into best bets, you guys know what we do. We're going to get into our Profit X pick of the day. As you guys know, Profit X is the newest sponsor of Moneyball Metrics. And if you take a look here, you can see the play that I absolutely love, which is going to be the 76ers on the money line. You can get that currently on Profit X at a minus 107. You can also get it. There's only $300 available at minus 107, but you can get it for over $1,000 at minus 108, which is a 1 cent difference. Pulling it up here on most major places you can place wagers. Right now, it's coming up at a minus 120 on FanDuel, minus 120 on DraftKings. So you're getting a ton of value by taking this on Profit X. Make sure you guys take advantage of Profit X and get in on this game. I absolutely love the 76ers today, so I've kind of already ruined my best bets for the day, but that's okay. Take the 76ers. One more thing we have to do for our Profit X team is let you guys know how to take advantage of the benefits of joining Profit X. And JT, what is the code that they use to get in and use our benefits at Profit X?
Use promo code MBM.
Promo code MBM gets you 2% back on every play for your first 30 days, up to $300 in profit cash. Yet again, that is promo code MBM. We should get them to change the promo code to Jalen Brunson. I digress. All right, boys. There's one more thing we still have to do on the show, and I will have to look at the comments because I see there's a ton that flooded in, and Hefe is cackling, so we'll see what they say. But before we do, let's get into our best bets for today, Wednesday, February 5th. I'll go first because I've already talked about it 77.5 times. My only best bet, Philadelphia 76ers on the money line. Let's get it. Hefe, what you got?
I got one best bet, guys. It's a game that we haven't spoken about in the association. So I'll go through really quickly. Taking the Warriors minus 6.5. They're visiting the Jazz tonight. Look, Warriors are middle of the pack road team as a favorite, covering 55% of the games against spread. But the Jazz are the worst home team in the NBA. They're coming off a game where their last game against the Pacers, I believe, they barely lost. They showed a lot of energy in that one. 4-18 at home, though. I think it's a good spot for a Warrior team that is also one of those teams that might be going through some big trade changes. But I really think that they're just facing a team that doesn't care. Give me the Warriors minus 6.5. It's my best bet on the NBA slate.
There we go. Jay Dizzle, over to you.
Coming into this show, I had no best bets, which was going to be a first ever. It was going to be a first ever. But that we could not let that happen though.
Nope.
We actually had a line drop, so we're going to take the Cleveland and Detroit game. We're going to take that over 236 points.
There we go. We have a best bet from JD. JD, you want to address that comment?
Yeah, I can do that. Joe, as far as actually parlays goes, yes, you can. It depends on what actually type of parlay though. So I would need a little bit more information as far as how to, as actually how to answer that. But you can definitely send me a DM though, and I'll be happy to help.
Any questions you guys ever have, shoot us at DM. There's going to be a lot of new pieces and a lot of new things coming to Moneyball Metrics, especially the show. So some exciting news on the horizon. We're not going to let it a little too early, but you will have plenty of opportunities to get some new cool benefits for yourselves out there. So make sure if you guys ever have any questions, shoot me a DM, shoot JD a DM, and you guys will get the best answer there. You could shoot Hefe a DM as well, but you probably
anybody but Jared.
Anybody but Jerry. Let me put on the screen the best bet sheet here. Don't look at JD's thing because it's not real. I'm on the 76ers money line. Hefe is on the Warriors, and JD is on the team total over. Which team total over is it again?
I'm on the Cavs and the actual Pistons game, full game over.
Full game over. I apologize. So just picture right there, guys. Cavs, Pistons, full game over. Boys, it's been a fun show. Before we get out of here, we're not going to be back until after the trade deadline. So I want one bold prediction from each one of you. What's one big bold trade that's going to happen? JD, I'll go to you first. That way Hefe can't steal your bold trade prediction.
I really think that actually KD is going somewhere. I'm just trying to figure out where. To the Sixers, no. No, it's actually not going to be to the Sixers. I am actually still trying to figure out where. But actually, he actually will be moved there.
Yeah, I think he'll be moved as well. Hefe, what's your bold prediction? Who are the Knicks getting?
I think my Knicks is gonna be tough. I really want them to move Sims for a wing, another wing piece. But I think the Knicks will be more.
Yabusele.
Yeah, I would love Yabusele. I think the Knicks are going to be more a buyout market team. My bold prediction is I think Jimmy's going to force his way to the Suns, and I think the Suns are going to be in a position where they're going to have to get another team involved and offload Bradley Beal. And I kind of think that maybe the Warriors, who are so desperate for just anybody, might just want to take that contract, and that's the problem.
Stinks. That smells like crap.
Yeah, I can't see a world where Jimmy Butler doesn't get traded tomorrow, because that just means he's sitting for the rest of the year.
He's getting traded. He's getting traded.
And I think the only suitor for them is Phoenix. But for it to be able to be possible in Phoenix, Beal has to go somewhere, and he ain't going to Miami because they don't want him. So they have to get a third team involved. So I don't know where it goes, but the Warriors have literally been calling every team about an all-star. So, hey, man.
What is my bold prediction? I know that our Philly boys really like Yabusele. Yes, that is the big issue with Beal. He has to waive the no trade clause.
But I do, in all seriousness, Jared, I think he would waive it for Golden State. I mean, I think he would waive it for Golden State. I just do.
It depends. If they get rid of KD, yes, and in a separate deal, maybe. But as the team's currently constructed, I don't think so.
Well, here's the problem. I don't think if Jimmy gets his way to Phoenix, KD stays in Phoenix. It's only if Jimmy doesn't go to Phoenix that now KD is like, get me out of here. And Phoenix has to reset. So.
Well, the good news is we'll be live tomorrow, Hefe, to break down the trade deadline. We will be live tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so you guys can check that out. But everybody, we appreciate every single person who came out today, even you, Jerry. We appreciate all the comments. You guys make this show what it is. It's a blast getting to do this in front of you.
It's a fun show. Appreciate the back and forth banter, guys.
And my bold prediction is that the Knicks will move Jericho Sims and get Yabusele. And if it does, Jerry, get ready for Friday. I will see you, my brother. All right, boys. Any final words before we get out of here? We'll go to Hefe first.
Be careful tonight, guys. Wait as close as you can for game time decisions to be ruled in, especially with player props. And yeah, right.
Well, I'll give you credit, Jerry. You've been on it. You've been quick with it. Congratulations,
Jerry. You're cracking me up. I got nothing else.
JD, do the thing you do and get us the hell out of here.
Man, I have to shout out Joe. Just actually like you said, Joe is in the chat all the time, giving out great plays.
Yep.
Well, actually, I'm going to have another show this afternoon at actually 5 o'clock. Joe is going to be on that show in actually front of the camera giving y'all plays. So
hell yeah, Joe. Hell yeah, Joe. Way to go, bro.
Amazing. Claps up for Joe.
I will be in the audience. You guys can catch me there. I'll be one of you guys for that show. I'll be one of the chat. So I'm excited. I'll be in there, Joe. I'm very much looking forward to it.
You could catch me under the name Jerry Rapino in that show.
We'll be back on Friday. Same time, same place. We appreciate every single person. JD, you got to do the thing.
Let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, baby. We'll see you guys Friday. Peace.